Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I would love to welcome you back for another reading here. Today's date is Monday, February 3rd of 2025. So definitely check those numbers out in today's date under the gematria, so that way you can see if there's any combination of numbers there in relation to today's energy that has a message for you. Okay, guys, welcome back to the space. Thank you so much to my old subscribers, new subscribers, and visitors to the channel. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. And definitely, if you are enjoying the content that we are sharing here at the Ora-gen Channel, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Guys, I'm going to dive right into today's message because, wow, this one was different. I don't know how else to word it. Kind of a combination of a download and then some interesting things channeled in relation to a Chupacabra and Dionne Warwick. I have no idea. So we're going to kind of search into this together here today. Definitely, if you have water, tea, coffee, herbal supplements, anything that you are drinking on that feels good to your throat, especially because it's been so dry lately, please feel free to grab those items and bring them on into the space as we spend some time together today. Okay, guys, so I did want to mention too, just before I jump all the way into the download, if you do have citrine, which is a orangish or yellowish orangish colored crystal, that can be great if you are dealing with upper respiratory, cold, flu symptoms, things like that. Especially if you're dealing with nausea, get yourself a piece of citrine crystal and you can work with that. Hold it. You can put oils on it and then hold it, especially if you put like mint or lavender, lemon balm. Let's see. And what is the other essential oil? It's the one that basically that the Vicks vaporizer oils are made out of. Eucalyptus, that's the one. You can use eucalyptus on there and just kind of drop some of those essential oils right on the citrine and just kind of work it around in your hand and then just hold that citrine, and that can help with some of the discomfort that comes from upper respiratory. And you can even kind of just smell the crystal and the eucalyptus in your hand to help open up your sinuses and passageways. So this is not medical advice. This is just some holistic tools that I use for myself just to bring some comfort when I'm dealing with some upper respiratory and sinus issues. Those are coming through really strong in the energy right now, guys. So definitely do engage with self-care and take care of yourselves this week. Okay, so now into this download. So this download surfaced as someone refuses to stay silent about an injustice. Someone refuses to stay silent about an injustice. Okay? And as I mentioned before, things that kind of channeled in with this message, there was something here about a Chupacabra. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what that is in a moment. But basically, from the Wikipedia standpoint, it is a mythological creature or beast that there have been sightings of. And I think the Chupacabra, the way that it looks changes based on whether it is something that is seen in South America, which is where I believe it originated from. I could be wrong about that, but I believe the Chupacabra originated there. And then here, sometimes in the US, it is referred in the northern part, referring to like North America is what I'm trying to say, not South America. But in North America, a lot of times it is referred to in a different way. And the actual imagery that people tend to draw when they claim that they have sighted this creature or this being looks a little different, okay? And I am not saying whether the creature is mythical, real, or not. Definitely, I do believe that there are many things out here that we are not aware of or that have not been documented and looked at as a standard animal or creature or being that exists in our world. But in fact, there are many things there that we have not documented, or at least done this in a way where the populace knows about it. So it is totally possible that this is a real creature, just to throw that note in there. But it's kind of more so what the creature represented. It could have something to do with the download. Maybe somebody knows something about a creature or something and is speaking up about it. I don't know. And then we had Dionne Warwick, Walk On By. And that was a really random song to have channel in here. It just was a mishmash of things, but this was playing in the background during this download. So I'm going to start with Dionne Walk On By, Dionne Warwick. I actually pulled up the lyrics here to this particular song. And then I did a pre-pull on the tarot to see, like, what is this energy about? What is going on? And who are the players in this? Who's this person who refuses to stop speaking about an injustice? And who is upset with this energy? Okay. So for those of you who resonate or maybe have heard stories on the news, in social media, maybe you have friends, associates, family who you feel this story might connect with, definitely stay tuned here and we're going to kind of work through this energy. So the Walk On By song by Dionne Warwick, it's interesting, a great song. She says, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by. And then she says something about, where is this verse here? She says, foolish pride is all that I have left, so let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. She talks about not being able to get over losing someone, and so if she seems broken in blue, walk on by. So there's some sort of sadness here. Maybe that's what's coming through in the song, in the lyrics. There's some sort of sadness here, like almost like there's an energy or energies, take the energy as it resonates, that lost someone. Either lost someone, like a relationship, someone they used to work with, someone they used to be in relationship with. Maybe they lost someone in death. I don't know. But there's something here. Okay, no, it's something about somebody they used to deal with. Somebody they were in a relationship with. Yes. So somebody they were in a relationship with that left that relationship. And along with leaving that relationship, it looks like they took some information with them that this other party or this other energy is not comfortable with them sharing. That's what I'm picking up, okay? So that's the Walk On By lyrics. Now, if we go over here to the cards that came out, I'm going to share those with you because I'm going to flip things up a little bit here because I'm getting an indicator that I need to express what's happening in the cards before I go into the Chupacabra messaging, okay? So when I did a pre-pull, based on what I just shared with you with the Dionne Warwick lyrics, Walk On By, the general energies that came out when I asked generally about the story here, there was a 9 of Pentacles in reverse that came out, an Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Death card was in reverse, and then there was a 5 of Swords in reverse. Everything was in reverse. So a lot of inverted energy here, okay? That was very interesting. But there was something here about, and by the way, Earth was on the table a couple of times here. Earth, air, and water. So some of these signs may be signs that resonate with you. Maybe that you're an air sign or an earth sign or a water sign. This might be indicated in your chart, or you might have these energies around you. It could be that there's a group of people here that are associated with a person who used to deal with or be in relationship with whomever this is that broke off from the group. Okay, and maybe that group consists of, you know, an earth sign, a water sign, and an air sign. Could be a Scorpio, could be an Aquarius involved here, a Virgo. I'm picking up Taurus energy potentially. But it's like a person was involved with this group and broke off from it. And when they broke off from this group, they're taking secrets, information, knowledge about the way this group functioned with them. And I think these energies might have to do with this group being unhappy about it. So maybe somebody was part of doing something and they left it. And now they're doing some sort of truth telling, where they're sharing some information that this group does not want them to share. So looking at this, it's like energies that had some sort of obsession with some kind of work, living beyond their means, false success, energies that are very concerned with monetary things like money and the way things look, and keeping a certain narrative going about their success. That's the energy here. So somebody's very concerned with success and their level of success, but it's false. It's not really what they claim it is, or it's based in the wrong or low vibrational energies. Something like that is going on here. These individuals, because we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse too, they lost some sort of opportunity. They made a bad investment. Something they engaged in a lack of planning and foresight on, but they made a bad investment and they lost something. They were already faking the energy about something about their success or their finances. They're already not legit. But whatever this is they invested in created a lost opportunity for them, okay? And then we have death in reverse. This group or these energies or this energy, take the energy as it resonates, is resistant to change. But they are dealing with stagnation, you know, they're resistant to personal transformation. The energy is going in reverse. This is somebody or somebodies who do not want to change. They want to continue to do what they're doing, but they're not having the results. They made a bad investment. And so there's some sort of resentment here. We got the Five of Swords in reverse. This is the Aquarius energy or air sign energy. They have some sort of past resentment towards someone, okay? They have a desire to reconcile or make amends with someone. Someone that probably was involved in this or was affected by this bad investment that left the group or is no longer dealing with this energy or these energies. But I am picking up, guys, that it's a group, like it's multiple energies. I think there's an earth sign, a Scorpio, an Aquarius, and potentially a Taurus involved in this group. And this energy is unhappy about the way things went with some sort of business dealings or something went south. And they want to reconcile. There's some sort of past resentment that they want to reconcile. Okay, so that was the information I got from the tarot and the general energy. Then what popped up after that is we had a Six of Pentacles upright. This is a completely different energy. Somebody's in an energy of giving and sharing. Something about sharing wealth or generosity or charity. But when I looked at this in relation to the download, because on the image, the person in the image is holding the scales of justice, and they're measuring out food and they're handing it to beggars, okay? The way that it came through with this, because this is about somebody who is refusing to, how do we word that? They're refusing to stay silent about something. So I'm looking at what they're measuring out of the scales of justice and placing in others' hands. it's almost like somebody who's in a position of wealth, either financially or because of something that they have that others do not generally have. It's not something that others necessarily would have by default. There's something special that they have to give. Whether it's wealth or whether it's information, that can be just as powerful as wealth when applied in the right way. It's something that they're sharing. And I'm kind of looking at these two beggars here, actually more so like the populace or individuals who are more like common folk, like those of us who listen to these readings on YouTube in a lot of cases. The general populace or the collectives, something that they can put in the hands of others that they would not normally have access to. And so in this case, we're talking about sharing truths or staying silent about an injustice. So it's almost like someone has something that they are willing to now dispense to others due to leaving this group. So it's like truth teller information or energy, like a truth teller or somebody who is engaged in dispensing of knowledge. Okay. This group of energies that I mentioned earlier is not happy about that. And that might be why they want to reconcile or try to make amends with this energy to get them to stop doing what they're doing. Then I kind of looked into, more about the story here with this group and this energy that is, speaking about these injustices. Okay. And I'm not saying that this energy wasn't part of the injustices at some point. I'm just stating that someone is refusing to stay silent about an injustice. So something they know that they are now going to tell. And that's the important part to pick up on. And there's a group of energies that's not happy about that. So then we have the Ace of Cups, which is in reverse. Somebody is dealing with some emotional loss over delays. Okay, because then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So Ace of Cups, somebody's dealing with some emotional loss. And then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse over some delays. And then right after that, there's a Tower. There's some sort of fear of change. Someone is averting or trying to avert a Tower. We then have a Five of Wands in reverse. This Tower is going to bring conflict. It's going to bring problems straight to their front door. And they're trying to avert or avoid this Tower. So they're avoiding conflict. So that's the Five of Wands in reverse. They would rather just respect differences and agree to disagree. But this energy is getting ready to bust something open or to tell the truth about something that's going to create problems for a lot of these energies. And this is coming through and this is something about an Empress here. Someone who's abundant, nurturing. This is an upright. Somebody who's into growth, evolution, action. So I don't know if this Six of Pentacles energy is coming through like an Empress here, because this is in the upright. It could also be that the information that this Six of Pentacles upright is getting ready to share is in relation to an Empress. Something that happened to an Empress or energies representing an Empress that are actually, operate, more abundantly out of their feminine energy, and somebody who's about growth, evolution, and action. So it could be that this group did something in relation to an Empress energy that this Six of Pentacles energy is getting ready to tell. And then we have Page of Wands here. This is upright. More earth on the table. We have earth and Venus with the Empress, and we have fire and earth with the Page of Wands. So this is talking about inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, someone that's a free spirit. This group, I'm picking up, this group is hating on this free spirit. And once again, guys, just so you know, even though I'm using terms that seem singular, it could be that this group that has done something clearly damaging or problematic, or have attempted to do something damaging or problematic towards this Empress and this Page of Wands, it could be singular, but it also could represent a group of energies, okay? Like something that was meant to affect multiple people or groups of people in certain categories. So this could be multiple energies that whatever this was this group got involved in was supposed to affect. And it just so happens that these groups tend to operate out of, more of a nurturing energy, more of a growth and evolution mindset. Groups that are inspired with new ideas and discovery. Who does that sound like to you when you hear that? That sounds like collectives to me. That's the group that's here working in that energy tirelessly. And in a lot of cases, taking a lot of flack for it or dealing with a lot of pushback energetically, systemically, due to working in those energies. Because there are definitely groups that do not want to see that because they don't want to see the populace moving in that direction. So that's what I'm picking up on. You guys can let me know how you see this, but it looks like if this is collectives or whomever this Empress and Page of Wands energy is in the upright, it looks like this someone is in a Six of Pentacles energy towards the Empress and the Page of Wands. And it's so interesting because just a moment ago, I said I was picking up on a Taurus energy. And then lo and behold, I look down at the Six of Pentacles and definitely we have Earth energy and Taurus energy. This energy used to be a part of this group that was trying to do something to affect the Empress and the Page of Wands energy. They have split off from this group and are wanting to bring something in the direction of those that they were originally potentially attacking. Something's changed. Someone has changed their mind, and this group is worried sick because they're going to get exposed. That's what I'm seeing here. Wow. So with that being said, let me move over into the Chupacabra information, okay? Because this was really interesting. So it says, and just so you know what I'm looking at, guys, because you can't see me right now because I'm doing a podcast, but the Chupacabra image that I'm looking at here, it looks more like kind of like a reptilian being with fur. I don't know how else to describe it. It kind of looks like an ET with a mix of like a reptilian body mixed with a werewolf body. It's like a mix of the two. It's interesting. And what it says here about the Chupacabra, okay, what that means is goat sucker. That's literally what Chupacabra means. So sucks cabras or goats. And it's mentioned that it's a legendary creature or cryptid in the folklore of parts of the Americas. The name comes from the animal's purported vampirism. That's weird. The Chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. Physical descriptions of the creature vary. So in Puerto Rico and Hispanic America, it is generally described as a heavy creature, reptilian and alien-like, roughly the size of a small bear, with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, while in southwestern United States, it is depicted as more dog-like. This is really interesting. Initial sightings and accompanying descriptions first occurred in Puerto Rico in 1995. So that date might be significant. You might have been born in 1995. You may have had an event or something that occurred in 1995, or maybe those numbers are significant to you for some reason. So it says the creature has since been reported as far north as Maine, as far south as Chile, and even outside of the Americas in countries like Russia and Philippines. So Maine, you might be from Maine, Chile. Maybe you're from Russia, or your lineage is from Russia or the Philippines. Very interesting that these places are coming up. So it says all of the reports are anecdotal and have been disregarded as uncorroborated or lacking evidence. And it brings out there have been some sightings in northern Mexico and the southern United States that they verified as something else. Now, guys, just because somebody came out and verified it as something else doesn't mean that people didn't see what they saw. I'm just going to be clear on that. So, another date that's coming up here with this is 1975, because there was a series of livestock killings in the small town of Moca, Puerto Rico, which were attributed to El Vampiro de Moca, the vampire of Moca. Initially, it was suspected that the killings were committed by a cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farms reported loss of animal life. Each of the animals was reported to have had its body bled dry through a series of small circular incisions. That's interesting. So Puerto Rico is coming up here in the date 1975. And there's something here about people feeling that there was a satanic cult involved in this, as opposed to it being an animal at first. And then later people started spotting this creature. And what's so interesting about this, guys, is that there are more videos now just online, and some of them are CGI and fake, but some of them are real, of people actually getting really good visual grabs of things in the forest or things that do not look human, beings that do not look human, that walk erect or upright like a human being, like a humanoid type creature, but it's not human. And we can tell this because maybe the way the body looks, or the way the skin looks, the way the eyes look. Okay. So there's something here about something that people were seeing in these different regions. And definitely something that was creating problems for people because it was destroying their livestock. And it was doing it in a really kind of gross way. So that the livestock looked like they had been mauled, and destroyed. So, and then people started seeing this creature. But there's something here about these locations where this was happening. Like we mentioned Puerto Rico, we mentioned Maine, Chile, Russia, the Philippines, southern United States, San Juan, Moca, Puerto Rico. There's something here, and there's something here about, and it looks like an alien looking creature. It has like the typical big black alien eyes, and it has a reptilian type makeup because it has scales like going down its back, and it's a mix of scales and fur. So some kind of creature that feeds off of livestock, but it's really, when you see the image that I'm looking at, it's really giving the image of like, E.T. phone home kind of thing. It's got the traditional black eyes and it has the scales. So I don't know why this came up. Maybe, if any of you guys, resonate with the energy or see stories online or on the news associated with this. Definitely we're seeing more imagery now of people getting good captures of beings that are unknown or unknown as to their origin, or maybe look not human. We're seeing more of that. This could have something to do with a person that has information on, what are being referred to as extraterrestrials or interterrestrials that are just not known to the populace. Maybe they have information on that. Maybe they're sharing information on that. Maybe the energies involved in this reading who are, in this Empress and Page of Wands state here are involved in helping to share information about energies like this. And maybe this energy that's in the Six of Pentacles, this Taurus energy, is about to go help them. I don't know. There's something going on here. It's interesting, the Chupacabra. And then with the walk on by, we can see that this person that is in this Six of Pentacles upright energy was definitely part of this group. They were assisting this group to suppress something, to keep something from surfacing. And now they're in an energy of helping to disperse or share information. It could even be that this Six of Pentacles, the energy, it doesn't even know the Empress and the Page of Wands energy here. They might just now be part of the other team by virtue of the fact that they left this other group. Because we did see something come up in the information here about a cult or an organization. So it could be like an upside down organization that was involved in suppressing information. This could be religious. This could be something that is class or wealth-based. I don't know. But there is something here about a group of people working together to suppress something and an energy breaking off, and basically kind of by virtue of them breaking off, running to the other team. Even if they don't know the other team, which it's possible they do, but it sounds like they're breaking off of that group and they're joining the other team by virtue of them starting to share information. This other group that is in this energy of not wanting to change is not happy about this. I knew this was going to be a deeper reading as soon as I saw this stuff surfacing in the download. But yeah, very interesting. And you can look up this article on the Chupacabra is in Wikipedia. You can read it for yourself. And definitely you can look up the lyrics to the Dionne Warwick song, Walk On By. You can look that up. Let's grab some clarifying information because this is just wild. I don't even know what to say. Oh, we're going to go to Moonology because this sounds like that kind of reading right here. Let's see what comes up here. See if we can get into this deck here. Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look at the Moonology and see if there's any messages coming up here. Spirit, what can we learn about this? Or just some more clarifying information on this reading. This is wild. Looks like somebody's got some controversial information they're getting ready to share. This could come out, in the media, social media. Maybe this group doesn't want that to happen. That's associated or used to be associated with this Taurus energy. But they've definitely got their hands on some information here that this other group does not want to surface. We have, what do you need to release? Waning moon. And then we have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within your reach. And then Spirit says, full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. Wow. Also, Spirit says full moon in Gemini. There's the Gemini energy. The answers you need are coming. Huh. This was in reverse. Somebody's trying to keep this from happening. Wow. New moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. That was in reverse. Somebody is not happy about this. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. That was in reverse. Yeah, you can clearly see how the energies are, thank you, Spirit, how the energies are dividing themselves off. This group does not want this information to come out. That's what I can see. They don't want the answers to come out. something about bringing love into the situation, something that unites people or helps them to understand more about what's happening here. So love is the opposite of fear. So they're not happy about this. I'm picking up Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra energy. They don't want to see this person win. They don't want to see these energies win. I'm just going to move those off to the side because the ones we have in the upright, this might be related to this Taurus who's in the Six of Pentacles, who's sharing something and giving some sort of charity towards the situation. There's something here about releasing something. I believe that has to do with a release of information. Wow. Yeah, it says they're very close to achieving their goal. The conclusions are within reach and a fiery climax approaches. Something's getting ready to come out. Whatever the climax is of this situation, in both of these, we have like a big orange harvest moon. At least that's the way it appears on the card. It's saying full moon eclipse and then full moon in Aries, but they both are represented here as big orange fiery moons. So there's something here about a fiery climax. I don't know if that's literal, guys. Like something literally having to do with fire. Because we've had some situations recently that have to do with fires. And individuals believing that there were those who were involved in helping to create the fires for some sort of nefarious purposes. And people did report seeing orbs during that time period. And that's like UAP energy. So there could be something here with that, the fires that were in California and in other regions. But definitely what we can see is that there are some conclusions within reach. So whomever this energy is, they're very close to achieving their goal. They're not going to be able to stop them. They're getting ready to release some information. That's what I see. Wow, that is wild. No wonder. I was wondering why I picked this deck. That's wild. Oh, so let me see. I'm going to grab, although I have some information here, I'm going to grab the state, country, mood. I have some handwritten decks here. Star seed signs. We're just going to grab this deck and kind of see what comes to the surface here. And kind of clarifying information on what this, who's involved, or what regions are involved in this whole plan to try to cover up information, or who this is who's decided to release information. We've got a Taurus here that's decided to come to the forefront and share information with the populace, or just release some information and put it in someone's hands. They're gifting somebody something. They're being generous with the information too. It's charitable. They may not even want anything from it. They might just want to give the information. Messages for the collectives here to help us to understand this. Thank you, Spirit. What do we have here? We have somebody who is of Mintonkan or Orion starseed origin who is pissed off. We have somebody who's from a blueprint technician's origin who is angry. Someone from Ohio. We have Pleiadian energy here and Arcturian starseed energy here. This could have to do with those who are involved in the reading as far as like the groups that were originally involved in the energy, or this could have to do with maybe some starseed origin that's intervening in something. Because it's so interesting, we went straight to this whole mythical aspect with the Chupacabra, but, you know, is it mythical? And they did mention something about reptilian and some sort of belief that, you know, some things are not true. They're fake. They're mythological. When others have purported to have seen these things. and what they've seen is being dismissed as, like, there was a story, an article of a lady in Michigan. I didn't pull it up, but there was a lady in Michigan who claimed that she saw something like that, and she started talking about it, and later it came out that she was under the influence of alcohol, so she couldn't have seen what she saw. I don't know about you guys. There isn't a beer or a drink strong enough in the world that'll make me see a reptilian thing with goat feet, you know? In egregore. Okay, so we have egregore energy. This kind of came out on its side, so I'm not sure. But an egregore is like everybody putting their energy together behind something and kind of creating this thing. It's like an accumulation of energies that creates something in the physical, or creates an idea that everyone holds due to everyone putting their belief behind it. And then we have Italy in reverse. So somebody in their south node or in a low vibrational energy in Italy, or maybe of Italian descent. That's interesting. Any other messages out of this deck, Spirit? Any other messages out of this deck regarding this? Okay. Yeah, Alpha Centaurian. Yeah, there could be something here with the orbs, or with this so-called mythological creature. Is something that looks like, I told you, the imagery when I looked it up, it looks like a lot of what people are getting captures of online, like these interterrestrial or extraterrestrial beings. I believe they're interterrestrial. I believe they've always been here with us. I think the veil is lifting and we're able to see them now. And so they're showing up more and trying to, interact with our world, because now we're open to seeing them and kind of awakening a bit more. So I kind of believe that that's why these energies are popping up in our presence more. Somebody is aggravated about this. Somebody is sad. I was picking that up. And then we have boredom. I'm not quite sure where that energy factors in. Somebody's bored with something. Maybe this Taurus energy was tired of sitting with this group and grew bored of their games. But somebody's definitely sad. Somebody's aggro. Somebody's pissed off. There's a lot of emotion. And I did pick that up when this download came through. There's a lot of emotion, which also causes me to believe that this is a group of energies and not just one energy. So it was a lot of different emotions coming through with this particular reading. Wow. Something is getting ready to come out that might be classified. Okay. And there's going to be some conflict about it, because there's some people, blueprint designers. There's a lot of starseed energies involved with this. A lot. I'm getting more starseed energies than I am locations. There's some information that's going to come out. It's going to cause some problems for these energies. I'm really starting to see why they don't want it to come out. Looks like the blank, looks like the deck is going blank here. I don't think there's anything else in here. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Let's go on ahead and grab, I'm going to look in the character role here, guys. I don't want to make the reading too long, but I am just curious about, like, what's going on here, because the only thing that I'm really seeing is very clear is that this group of energies lost one of their members. And this person, this energy, this Taurus, who looks like they're in masculine energy. Like I said, take it as it resonates. Could be a man, could be a person who operates out of their masculine energy. But looks like they lost this member of their group. They might be like a low vibrational group. They might be a cult or an organization that's kind of like esoteric, silent. They don't talk about what they do. But this energy has left those energies and is doing things that this group does not like. They're sharing information that they don't want them to share. And then you also have an Empress upright and a Page of Wands upright, who factor into this some kind of way. not super clear on who these energies are, except for the fact that this group may have been attacking them. Or a person or groups that represent those energies. I want you to really think about this in a broader scale. It may not be about a person or a couple of people. It might be what these energies represent and what these groups are attacking. When you start to look at the messages like that, you can see how the messages are collective messages, not just a person. This isn't a personal reading. It's a collective message. So it means it's affecting multiple people, kind of all at the same time. Let's see if Spirit's going to give me something on the character here. We have somebody in blacksmith energy, forge, melting, shaping, tempering. Somebody is trying to create or build something, or is forging something, shaping something by what they're doing. Somebody's in a blacksmith energy. We have an educator, somebody who imparts knowledge, a mentor, a guide, or a teacher. They're in reverse. So somebody was trying to forge something with some information that's like South Node. They're imparting some sort of knowledge. This might be an energy associated with this upside down community. Might have been what the Taurus energy was doing prior to leaving that group. I don't know. Spirit, can you give us some clarifying energy? Yeah, somebody's turned into an Avenger type spirit. Somebody has memories of things. Somebody's trying to create some resolution. Somebody might be in an energy of hatred and plotting. This is looking like this group. Somebody's got, once again, alcohol issues. This came out in the last reading. Somebody's a drunkard or deals with addiction. This is a stranger. Encounter by chance, mutual aid, new friend. Yeah, be careful about that, guys. Whomever resonates with today's energy or feels drawn to be resonating with it, not in a sense of paranoia, but like, this is a confirmation, like in that way. Because if you're paranoid about it, it's probably not your message. Once again, this would probably serve as a confirmation of something you're already picking up on. But there could be somebody that's like a stranger, or an energy or groups that are like strangers to you. Maybe like a new friend that popped up, or an encounter by chance with a group, a person, a place, a thing. That's not something that you normally deal with. Just be mindful of that, you know, not sharing information or giving over a ton of information to energies that have not proven that they are safe energies to do that with, right? We don't want to reveal things that aren't necessary. Confirmation. I have throat chakra energy here. You might be dealing with throat chakra energy. We have a player in reverse. Somebody's a socialite. Somebody's charming and elegant. An expert of romance and leisurely life. Yeah. Somebody might have run into, that might be this Six of Pentacles, this Taurus energy, this earth sign, who wants to share or give something to you. This person might be someone who's a stranger you don't know, but they might be like somebody who would have been considered like a player. Somebody's really good looking, in their masculine energy, a socialite. They're really good at romance and romantic situations and a leisurely life. So somebody who's from money or wealth, maybe. Somebody who doesn't want to take a gamble, because that's in reverse. Somebody who maybe usually would be a risk taker. Okay. Somebody who would normally do that to their benefit, but they don't want to take a gamble, or they're no longer gambling. Could be because they left this group. And then we have the waiter card. Somebody wants to be an attendant of hospitality or steward. Somebody wants to help with something now. We have the clown energy in reverse. Comedy, mask, performer, laughter. Somebody is not wanting to remain masked. And then somebody is an influencer. And this could be a media influencer. This could be a social media influencer. Somebody is a trendsetter or a content creator. Somebody is an online influencer. Somebody is not an ascetic. Like they're not into self-restraint or abstinence or purification or discipline. They're kind of out there. They're not really into any of that. They're the opposite. Someone is not a careerist. Yeah, somebody's not a dreamer of grand schemes. It looks like there's some energies that this energy put down. Somebody is a reader, guys. Yikes. So when I see this, sometimes it means a person who's a seeker of knowledge, like reading, exploring, examining. That could be that too. But in this setting, they might actually be a reader, like somebody who reads energy. So this could also be an energy. This, I think we're really hearing about the Six of Pentacles, this Taurus. This person might be somebody who pulls cards, okay, or goes to someone who pulls cards, or can read energy. So this might be, you know, sometimes we have situations, guys, where, you know, a person is incarnated into this timeline, really like they're supposed to be a light worker. They're supposed to be helping, you know, the collectives, and maybe some kind of way they get sidelined in their soul path. And, you know, they go towards the other side of things. They go towards the dark side, so to speak. And maybe this is how they gain wealth or abundance, or maybe they were born into a family that moved them in that direction. And so they're involved in things that are not beneficial for the collectives. And then at some point they change their mind, or they awaken to seeing things in a different way, and they start moving in another direction. They start wanting to help instead of destroy. So it could be a situation like this. And I say that because, you know, sometimes when we have energies like this come out in readings, it looks kind of weird, like this whole thought of somebody, you know, why would they have gifts and abilities and be doing all this crappy stuff? Well, the reality is that there are quite a few people here that have gifts and abilities that aren't tapped in and tuned into them. But some people are. It's just they're not using them in a way that affects the populace in a positive way, or affects others in a positive way. They might be affiliated with groups that are utilizing them in a negative way. So you have these groups that don't have the ability to do what light workers do, or people who can come here and become light workers. And so they want to use their abilities and gifts because they don't have those, but they want to use them for their purposes, even if they're nefarious. So a person has a choice to make that's in a position like that. They can choose to continue with that behavior, or they can choose one day, maybe something awakened them, or maybe spirit, maybe their guides help them to awaken to see that something was out of alignment. And they made a choice to change sides, or to change their positioning on something. This can happen. And so this is why we also need to be careful. You know, it doesn't mean that, you know, you go and throw a person who is sending death magic at you all your trust. No. But it might mean that a person has decided to do something different. So we want to be careful about judging energies that have awakened to maybe what they've been doing is not being good, and deciding to make a different choice. Because you can do that as long as you're here. You can. This isn't letting people off the hook. This isn't excusing. This is just truth. It doesn't mean that you've got to deal with those energies, but definitely as far as judging them or holding some sort of animosity against them, if an energy decides to shift and to work to become better, that's great. That's actually a good thing, because they might actually do something that helps the collectives to move ahead or to advance. And they might even be doing that at their own risk, their own peril. So, you know, just keeping that in mind, that that can happen, because that's what it looks like happened here. Somebody knows some truth, and it could be about UAPs, interterrestrial beings might have something to do with it. Who knows? Maybe this energy has starseed origin, and, you know, their starseed family helped them to awaken. I don't know, because a lot of starseed energy came up. This could also be your starseed energy. But whatever the case, they've decided to change sides and to start helping this Empress and Page of Wands energy upright, which I do believe represents the collectives, because the energy is just too general. It's too much going on here for it to just be about one person and another person. It could be, but I don't believe so. So, guys, at the very bottom of the deck, we have Repairman. Repair, restore, restart, and renovate. That's definitely what I pick up about this energy. There's a reader or someone who has abilities to read energy that wants a fresh start. They're starting over. They've left something and they're doing something different. So I don't know what all that means, because the cards really have gone blank at that point. And maybe that's because the story is still being written. The cards can't really read beyond a choice a person hasn't made yet. It goes off of the current energy. But if Spirit is saying, you know, this energy is still making choices, then that might be as far as we can go today. But very, very interesting. If you resonate with this story, you know, definitely don't like reveal or expose yourself in the chat, you know, as far as like personal information. But definitely, I think that it's great. It's evidence that energies can choose to do something different. We'll see what happens. If more comes up about this story that I pick up on, I'll definitely do another reading on it. But this might be all that I needed to do. We shall see. So guys, sending out love, light, and support to those who resonate with today's energies. And definitely a reminder to work with our soul path, our spirit team, our guides, to continue with the soul path work and the awakening work. And we never know how something that we are doing might encourage or inspire someone else to awaken and join the light workers, you know, the collectives, the team that's here to help bring about and create shift and change. We never know how what we're doing might affect somebody. So definitely keep up that good work, guys. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves out there, you know, engaging in self-care, doing your energy clearing work. I did mention that I have a couple of stones that I recommend for you to work with during the month of February. Those came up in, let's see, about 2 readings ago. So we have 2 different kinds of garnet stones, and then we have 2 colors to work with. You can find that information in the description from the reading 2 readings back. So go back, look at the description, and watch that reading. That's a good reading, and it could be helpful for some, okay? So once again, guys, I'm going to close the reading out here. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. And I definitely want to thank you guys for being here with me for another reading. And I look forward to being with you in the next reading. Love and light, guys.